Welcome back to Squawk. We are just seconds away now from February CPI. Rick Santelli standing by at the CME in Chicago. Rick, the numbers.
Yes, boy, this is a biggie. This is our February read. Consumer Price Index expected up 0.3, comes in a tenth light, up 0.2%. And in the rearview mirror, at least now, not revised. And up 0.5%, by the way, was a 2-year high we're reversing from. Up 0.2 equals where we were in October. To find a lower number, you're back to July of last year. Strip out the important food and energy, it remains up 0.2 on core. That's following up 0.4, which was the highest level since Feb of 23. 0.2, well, we equaled Dece of last year. Find a lower number, you're in June of last year. Year over year, headline number, 2.9 expected, 2.8 is what we get. Last look was 3%. 2.8 to find a lower number. You're in November of last year when it was 2.7. And do remember that cycle at the end of last year, we actually saw 2.4 on the September read, just to put a face on the fact that we have been lower. And if you look at ex-food and energy or core year over year, 3.1. 3.2 was what we were expecting. 3.3 in the rearview mirror. 3.3 in the rearview mirror was the highest since May of last year. 3.1, to find a smaller number, you have to really go into the Wayback Machine. You're going to April of 21 when it was 3%. Now, I know many don't look at the following, but if you look at the actual index of CPI, that goes back to 1913. Right now we have 319.082. That's another all-time high going back to 1913. If you look at core, that was started in 1957. It comes in at 325.47. And guess what? Another new all-time forever high. Go use that inflation tool on the Bureau of Labor Statistics and the website, and what you'll find is inflation's running over 20% on a compounded basis going back to pre-COVID. Interest rates initially moved lower as they looked at the month-over-month numbers. You know that parlor game, you analyze these numbers, but in the end, they're still sticky. And just to point out something, our last look, still unrevised, these inflation numbers were hot last time, unlike today where they're a bit cooler. And what happened? We settled on February 12th, the last time January CPI was out, at 463 in a 10-year. It was the high water mark. Hot inflation, all we've done since is go lower. And the reason I point that out is there's a lot of moving parts pushing yields around these days. Andrew, back to you.